once again, third time today, for a
Welcome to
video
St.
of
Edric's.
KOA Reckoning. Now, if you don't know what this game is about, well, neither do I really. I just go with the flow and kill whatever's in my way. One thing I know, I'm pretty much like a god fate weaver. Fate weavers can tell people's fates and their own, but me, I change fates. I can change the world's fate. No, seriously, I really can. It's weird. But it's a 360 game, and what my dad used to play a lot. I used to watch him play it all quite a bit. He was enamored with the game. Apparently, the level cap is 40, which kind of sucks because how are you gonna get all the skills? We have the Infinity Gauntlet. Are you down? I stocked up on a shit ton of potions. So now, if something tries to fuck with me, I'll murder it. Kinda tired. No, I'm not even gonna attempt to kill them. You know what? Actually, I will. I need to get my fate. My fate bar, which is that purple bar in between my health, which is red, and mana, which is blue. Pretty obvious. Pretty standard for an RPG. God damn it. I don't know why I was removed from a party that I made. Kinda stupid. I mean, I've been talking this whole time, so I was kicked. Lucky me. I have a friend to play games with. Horn beating you this time. Was it me or did anyone else just hear fucking Chewbacca? Oh, I suck at doing a Wookiee impression. tendons on a troll? Have you not seen how buff those big fuckers are? Excuse me. Ugh. It's like Subway and...
I thought I'd find you here.
Motherfucker.
That damned tree sent me. He has roots and branches all through the forest. But I was so hoping you'd be enough of a distraction for me to pass unnoticed. He said we should walk this path together. Thought I could help you. Or maybe that you could help me. I've never met Nash. Trolls and Doppelfar rarely invite each other to tea. But if she's matriarch of a clan, you can be sure that she's strong. And if she's so corrupted that Niralim is nervous about her, then she must pose a bigger threat than most trolls.
Ain't that the fucking truth?
Let's not keep Nash waiting.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Trolls aren't normally this well organized. Even the biggest clans never built dens this deep. What are the Tuatha doing here?
You know, I'm wondering the same exact thing. Why are the Tuatha everywhere? No one escapes from unscathed. Very rarely alive, that is. Unless we're talking about the trolls from part 2. Don't talk about that. That gives me crazy nightmares. And by nightmares, I mean I don't want to think about that.
I'm Arnold. Deal with it.
That'll do. There's a time to talk. Be on your way.
Electric band. We're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue. We're gonna take it higher. I love that song. Still do. Peasant shoes. There's that. Wait a minute. go.
If these trolls ever went on a rampage, they could destroy half of Dalentar.
Yeah, most likely. Especially since Dwarf are here. Shut the fuck up. How did he not see me? He was right next to me. Okay, he already knows.
Pathetic. This is your end. This is your end.
I'm holding his ass up with my head. This is amazing. This is amazing. Don't I have repair kits? Component case. Not good. Found it. Running.
No more delays.
I just got a big slap. Just done.
No more delays. The Tuatha must be corrupting the troll with prisoners one step closer.
I know one thing. They're dead now.
Looks like the Tuatha have been working here for a long time. If they've come this far inland, we're all in grave danger. Pathetic.
that flow.
This is your end. There's a time to talk. Be on your way.
I didn't talk to you, I tried looting him. Got it. Oh, sweet, I can craft gems. Make some utility gems. Nice and nice. Diviner's gem. Okay. Fire, fire. Stimulating gem. Ew. Sounds gross. Paladin's gem. I'll take that. Don't know what that was, but ah, know the true meaning of fear.
No more delays. That'll do.
Deep throated it. Holy shit, that's a lot of XP. Pretty sure I almost leveled up. Holy fuck, 9. I did almost level up. Holy shit. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting to get that much experience. Then again, I should.
Nice work. I see you haven't forgotten how to handle yourself in a fight. Still, this is bad. I didn't think the Tuatha would reach this far. At least not so soon. Obviously, the Tuatha have bigger plans than just killing you. Infusing the trolls with Prismir. Trying to bring the war to Dalantar? Miralyn is right to be concerned. Aren't I always? But have patience. For now, why not take comfort in knowing that you saved Niralim and his forest? Go, talk to the tree. I'm sure he'll allow you into Issa. I'll stay here. You can tell the old mossy log yourself. I'll be tracking down any other Tuatha. I'll find you again when the time is right.
Whatever you say, Dollface. I go through men like no tomorrow. I had like 20 at the beginning of the video, and now I have 1 left. Plus the regen potions. Excuse me. I'll be back in a second. Won't you meow me? Turd muffin. Sorry about that. I had to do something quick, and my cat meowed at me, so I meowed back. It's rude otherwise. I'm just kidding, I'm a crazy cat guy. I love cats. I love you, kitties.
Careful where you tread, for these ground.
Ah, blow me, you damn elf. Fae, whatever you are. Y'all know what I think about your sacred ground? Mon. Didn't really tell anything.
You return, and in your wake, Dalantarth blossoms. The flow is rearranged, now and forever. Nash's brood is at an end. You have destroyed what was written, and made a new fate for Dalantarth. Even your darkest ally walks a lighter path, and yet the Tuatha still spread, marching with Prismir and pain. You have only delayed. You have the power of an immortal, and yet the humility to ask for help. Little one, I envy your grace. You shall carry my blessings with you. You must know this, Quickling. The age is changing. Immortals are passing, and the future belongs to the young races. If there is a future to be had, go and stand at the heart of the She. There you will find Issa. And perhaps you will find wisdom as well. Only the path stand at the heart of the She. And if that path includes, I am as world trees have ever been since the dawn of time. Aelin Shear is a mystery and a simplicity. She is focused in a way few Quicklings are. Her dedication is true, but I do not know. Together you have walked dark paths beneath my boughs. You knew one another before your death, or thought you knew each other. May your path be long.
I'm betting she killed me. Or had me killed, one of the two, or abandoned me. Huh. There we go. Is that a jellyfish? That is a jellyfish.
While the shaper brushed the plains with hills and wheat, and the carver moulded the deserts with a careful, measured hand, the third of the Majestics stood from the earthen cradle and beheld the glories of their work. He was the architect and carried in his mind a dream, the form of growth, a design shaped in nature.
It's actually very pretty. It's actually very lovely. And I can't skip it. God damn it.
Ah, you have arrived at last. Welcome to the Gardens of Issa, home of the Summer Court, and the warm heart of the Feylands. I know you had hoped to speak with the High King, but our seers sense a danger pursuing. Naturally, we cannot allow such threats to be brought into the High Court. How may I assist? High King Titarian is Lord of the Summer, and since Godflow tragically murdered the High King of the Winter Court, Titarian is the greatest and last true leader left of our kind. The sapling of the World Tree bears centuries of great, even all great...
The Court of Summer will see me soon, I'm certain of it. Siolana.
Ah, the castle. This tells me that your tavern will be a part of Loch Dyden for decades to come.
Last month you told me that the plague would take us all.
I know, but that's not what fate says anymore. It's your fault that I can't pay my tab, you know. I wasn't ever supposed to come back here in the first place. I've spent the last 20 years knowing what fate had in store for me, and then you... Damn it. I thought I had my life figured out. I know. It's just... I wasn't always the man I am now. I fought beasts the size of trees, was celebrated by mortals and fae alike. When I was initiated into the Fate Weavers, I thought it was a reward for my good deeds. The first time I saw my own fate, I realized it was nothing but a curse. My own death, of course. But not a hero's death as I had always dreamed. I was going to die alone and unknown, killed by an Etin and used for stew. It was a terrible end, but I knew it was part of fate's greater plan. Then you came and changed that future. You stole my part in the tapestry. I was at peace with knowing the worst. But what do I do now that there's nothing to know? You're right. My glory days don't have to be over, and as long as I'm around you, I don't know how my story will end. That means I've got to make sure you stay around in one piece. Maybe this old trinket from my youth will help. After all, I don't just owe you my life. I owe you my future. Why, I once tracked the Yeth of Avgrun on a moonless night by smell alone. Fey or not, I could have tracked those Tuatha sober. They've set up in a cavern north of town, complete with some way of scrying your location. I have a plan, but it'll take the both of us to work. These soldiers were sent out with one purpose, finding you and making sure you stay dead. Everything else, the Well, Arden, Hughes, have all been collateral damage. They're using something big to track you. They call it the Eyes of Tirnoch. Smash it, and they won't be following. The main entrance is heavily guarded and will require a strong attack. The other route is trapped. It'll need a subtler approach. I don't have an answer for that. I can't imagine what about you made Gadflow send his troops across the continent. Good, good. I'll charge in the front and get their attention. That way we'll make sure they can't escape to report back to whoever... Good luck.
Come to town for the craft hall?
Aye. This is the 3 lamps.
Right then.
And what can I do for you? All right, all right.
Come to town for the craft hall?
I came to sell something.
Another victory! This is their escape route. It'll have traps, but few guards. You might be able to use their defenses against them. I'll distract the guards at the front and make sure none of them escape. I don't have an... His army is locked in. Good luck. I'll see you inside. We're here. Just go inside and find those scrying... Good luck. I'll see you inside.
That was close. I thought I was gonna get attacked. I don't know how that worked.
Over here, you Tuatha bastards!
undying mortal has grown tired of running, has he? Can you tell me the difference between a creature of nature and a child of dust like yourself? We children of nature know our roles. Meek and mighty, prey and predator. You children of dust do not know your place. And you don't know when to die. You shall learn. In time, all mortals will know the might of Gadflow. Blessed herald of the merciful Tyrnarch. All mortals end, even if some are more.
At least the Tuatha won't be able to track you so easily now. But it looks like you've got the personal attention of their king, Gadflow. If you were anyone else, I'd suggest you start running and not stop for a few years. But you might just have a chance. You've blinded them here, and they haven't killed you yet. But not all the Fae are your enemies. The king and I have a history. But not all of the Summer Fae will be happy to see me. We should be able to get out this way. I heard about Haxi. Impressive work.
So that was Gadflow. Looked like a demon.
No fighting in the city!
Greetings. Sing your song.
Conceived in chaos, birthed in stolen magic, torn from fate, child of two fathers.
Wait, what?
Treacheries in treacheries, winter is broken. A puppet king upon his throne, drinking flattery and lies. The power that grows in him is not his own. In the east it did begin, as it will end. From behind the veil she screams. Madness and rage. Madness and rage. We realize this may be confusing for you. Fate, like the Fae, cannot be changed. But the Tuatha are Fae who have become something new. And you are a mortal who is free from Fate's weave. Gadflow claims that the Tuatha are the work of his new god. If the Tuatha are the creations of a god, what does that make you? The power of a god in the brash hands of a mortal. This is why Niralim fears. This age has seen much change. Change we once thought was impossible. We were wrong. That is how I understand it now. You are intertwined with the power in Alabastra. There can be no doubt of that. You travel there, but we know that the power behind Gadflow is your ultimate goal. His god holds your answer, and the fate of this world. I thank you, and perhaps you can help change our world's fate as I have seen those who were destined to be heroes, for whom great deeds came naturally. They come, they act, and they pass on as written. You do great things not because you must, but because you choose to. That is by far a far truer greatness. Admirable, but strength of will cannot see you through this alone. You may be unbound by fate, but you are not free from death. Speak with your allies. Only with their aid can you hope to overcome the forces that stand against you.
Holy shit.
It is the deepest tragedy that our fall should come from our own. Make no mistake, Gadflow is the harbinger of the end of my kind. In fighting him and his army, you will surely spell our doom. For that tragic truth, we forgive you. The weave is a puzzle. Each person is a piece. The edges of their fate locking together with the people around them, all performing their duties to form a grand picture. However, you are no longer a puzzle piece. You are a dollop of paint. You cover and redefine the edges of the puzzle pieces you meet. But more dangerously, you repaint the picture of reality itself. Who can trust that your design is better than the original? We are the dreams of warmth and safety, given physical form. But these dreams are endangered by Gadflow and the long winter. Since our kind returned to this world so long ago, it has been my honor to serve as High King of the Summer Court. My rule was always shared with the High King of the Winter Court, until Gadflow arose. Now both of our people are in peril. The Summer and Winter Courts have always ruled the Feylands in harmony, as the seasons wash across the world. But with Gadflow's new god, something changed. The Winter Fae who followed him called themselves Tuatha, and bore a mark of Prismere upon them. Their power has grown, and yet they are diminished. Our cold cousins across the sea. Do not think the Winter Court our enemies, for we love them as family. Oh, to walk in their starlit gardens once again, or sip their calming stone tea. But the Tuatha have consumed them, and all of that.
Alright, let's level up.
Who would have thought you were so interesting? Death seems to have worked out very well. Agarth's looking for escape. Neuralim's looking for a savior. And Tatarian is looking for a champion. And somehow, you're giving everyone what they want. I'm impressed. You're right. You'll need more help than just me and that old Fate Weaver. You'll need an army. A few years ago, one warrior could have slipped past unnoticed. But stealth is no longer an option. Not even for me. But there is hope. In the plains of Erethdal there waits a player who has been away from this game for far too long. It is time to contact General Telera. Meet me in the village of Emer, and I will tell you everything. Be on your way.
I couldn't make out half of what the king was saying, but it sounds like you've got good thing you won't be facing it alone. In fact, I think I've got a lead on finding an old friend of ours. Old Felmerus Hughes, of course. If anybody can help, it's bound to be the gnome who brought you back. I've been asking around, and I was able to make contact with his superior. He thinks he might be able to help find Hughes. No, he's a crafty one. If he got away from those assassins in the lab, like you said, and if anyone's likely to know where he'd go to find safe haven, it'd be the Templar who sponsored his work. His name's Octien. Go southeast to the Hollowlands. You're not the only one on the hunt for Hughes. Octien has followed his trail to the Hollowlands in Detir.
I just wanted Agarth's look. Death has worked out very well for you. Be on your way.
I'm gonna leave this episode here. It's been almost an hour. Alright, thank you everyone for watching. If you liked the video, like, comment, subscribe, and bring the bell notification for whenever I update or upload. Sorry. My friend Gage Arrow does videos of games too, so give him a look if you want. It really helped both of us out. And thank you so much for watching. See you all in the next video. Alright? Adios, muchacho.